You need some help basically with a dark post, right?
Yeah, I mainly do video ads, and they're usually dark posts.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, they do work. So, um, the only problem I'm gonna have is the actual video because I don't have any actual video. But you have a video that you can send me real quick that you use in your ads.
Okay.
What's up, Quinn?
Hey,
All right, so let me send it to you through Messenger.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you usually do video views as objective for your ad?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'll do. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I might have to switch to the laptop because right now you're on the phone.
can you guys hear me, or do I got to press something?
No, I can hear you just fine, buddy.
Perfect.
Can you see my monkey?
Nice.
Oh, so I'm going to go ahead and fill this out while I wait for you. I'm going to use a saved audience. It's just business owners. I'm going to
All
use
right, that's
it.
20-second video one. It's just on my phone.
Okay, I'm going to send a lifetime budget of $10 because that's a minimum in Facebook. And then I'm just going to run this ad until the end of that. So now I'm going to continue. I'm going to use demo bot, single video. You sent me some video, you said. Download that now. So single video ad, upload a video. That was in downloads, and that was called video. There we go. So now the video is actually uploaded, it looks like. Okay. So I'm gonna add a website URL, and I'm actually just gonna, since I gotta pay for this ad anyways, I might as well take advantage of it since I gotta spend money. Looks like somebody signed up for training. So let's give that URL. I just muted all you guys because somebody had some bad feedback. You can unmute yourself at any time if you want to talk. If you unmute yourself and you hear that real annoying noise, that means that your microphone is too close to your speakers and you're creating a feedback loop. But like I said, you can unmute yourself at any time. Website URL. Okay, so there's that. All right, so this is nothing still. It's just going in and actually creating the ad. So it's a video ad, just like you said that you do. So it's probably really similar to what you do. So I'm just going to go in and actually confirm that ad. Now let's just continue. So now what we need to actually do is come right here, it's pending review, and then come right here, and then come right here. And then we just want to come to this guy right here and grab this right here, Facebook post with comments. Now we got that. That's what we actually wanted. And then now we're going to come in here and we're going to go to a growth tool, Facebook ad with comments. We're going to call this and we want to select a post, and we're going to give that post ID that we just grabbed from there. We're going to confirm that. We're going to go next. And then real quick, we're going to come here. So now we got our post there. Where are we at in MiniChat? Here we're at in MiniChat. Okay, so
I can attach this to a flow, right?
yeah, we're about to do that. You can attach it to the flow after the auto response.
Yeah, it's the same exact stuff I do. Okay, I don't get why it's not working.
So let's remove that.
Hey, John, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
All right, how are you, guy?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm great, I'm great.
So now I'm just, for all intents and purposes, I'm just going to publish this for right now. And I'm just going to publish this for right now, and then I'm going to activate this. And then for you, David, yours was really, really simple, man. So yours was just this cocktail recipe right here. So literally all you need to do, see, all I did was put your URL in right here.
Yeah.
Then after your URL, you just, so there's the end of your URL. At the very end of your URL, just click this little button, this little user icon button right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then just go in and find your variable where you're storing your data in from this user input. And that's it, man.
Yeah, I'll test it while I'm speaking to you.
Okay, so now back to this. We have all this set up. We have all this activated. So now this is our ad here, right? This is our ad here. So now I can comment on this as myself. Now I'll comment on that, and then I should just get, right after a second, my little demo bot should pop up he should pop up a reply there, but you know what? Pop up a reply. That guy is saved. He's going. So I can't tell you there because that should totally work. So, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure why that isn't working.
It's the same problem I had. What's crazy is it works on one of the other ads, but not on the other one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it should totally. I mean, it should totally be working here.
And then many chat support wasn't really too helpful either.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm not 100% sure because this should work no problem. I mean, that should really work no problem at all.
I've tried the triggers. I've tried just, I don't know. It's because it works with one ad, and then the other ad doesn't work at all. I guess it's new, so I guess it's still buggy, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it should work no questions asked. So, but I mean, I can clearly see it didn't work for me. So I would say that we would just go in and actually ask these guys real quick why it doesn't actually work.
Their reply to me was that it has to be on a published page. You can't use a dark post.
Oh, look, it did come through, by the way. See it?
It did?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, I'm going to go back and try it again, then. I don't know what the hell I'm doing wrong.
So yeah, that was the flow that I just created. So it did work. It was just a little bit more delayed than I would have liked it, but it did go in and work. Just a little bit delayed.
All right, thanks, John. I appreciate it.
No problem. You got anything else you want to see?
That's basically it. I'm gonna go and make a new lookalike and start all over again and see if it works, because I really need it to work.
Yeah, it should work. Just keep in mind that the whole messenger platform is still being developed by Facebook. Still, even MiniChat's still developing their stuff. So sometimes shit just isn't going to work because either MiniChat's changing stuff and doing new development, or Facebook is changing stuff and doing new development.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yep, no problem. So what's up with you, Quinn? Anything I can help you with, man? Anything you want to see?
Man, I'm brand new to this. I'm just looking, and I just heard you mention the dark post, and I don't even know what that is.
So a dark post is really simple. Most of these ads are dark post. So a dark post, all a dark post is a dark post just refers to whenever you come in and you hit create ad. Okay. Literally a dark post is a Facebook ad. That's it. All right. It's just now, not all Facebook ads are dark post. What a dark post is an ad that you go in and create this way, not a boosted post. So a boosted post is an ad. So you can come in, into your page, right? So you can come into, let's say, to this page. You can come into this page and you can boost any of these posts, right? If I want to, I can go in and boost this post and turn this post into an ad. But this will not be a dark post because this is a post that is visible on my page publicly. Okay, so somebody can just come to my page and see this post easily. With a dark post, that's different. With a dark post, you go in and, like I said, you come in and you have to create this click ad. And and create a post that way, because essentially these all create posts. So for example, this right here, if you look at this, this is essentially a dark post. If you look here, and then I come over here and I grab this link right here, this is a post that for some reason actually isn't showing up at all. Okay, so here it is. This is a post right here, but this is a dark post. Are you going home? Good night. This is a dark post because there's no way to see this post on my page. The only way you can see this post is if you are included in the demographics that I'm targeting, because it's not published to the page. It is still a post that belongs to a page, but it's not published anywhere on the page. It's an ad only. So it's a little different than whenever you create a post and then go in and boost that post, because that boosted post will still show up on your page. Anybody that goes to your page, they can see that post organically. Whenever you create an ad, that ad doesn't show up on your page. That ad doesn't show up in your feed, right? It doesn't show up in your feed at all. That ad only shows up to the demographics that you're targeting. So that's all a dark post is.
Perfect. So that means like any post I have on my page, I can boost it and have Messenger bot interact with whoever comments.
Correct. You can do that with any post, whether it's a dark post or whether it's a non-dark post. So you can go into your page just like this, and you can create just like this guy right here. This is a post that I just created on my page. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just went up here and put in some content and created a post like most normal people do. Okay. Now there's a growth tool connected to this guy so that you can see whenever these people go in and comment on this post, I'm automatically sending them a response, and I'm automatically sending them this response. Hey, do you want some real cool ebook? They say yes, and then I deliver them that. That's all done. And this growth tool, something like email magic, sell like a boss, deliver. So you can see here's the auto response. Hey, I get you want to sell like a boss. Do you want me to give you the ebook? That's most likely what the message that just guy got. See?
Yeah.
He says that. So now whenever he says yes, then he's actually piped into these opt-in actions. Now he's piped into this message flow here, where this message flow just says, hey, if this guy is a male, I'm going to say, hey, man, want some real cool ebook. If he's a female, then I'm going to say, hey, cool girl, want some real good, cool ebook. If they say yes, then I'm going to go in and say, hey, I need you to give me an email address so I can deliver the ebook. Now, once they actually provide that email address, then I'm actually going to trigger a zap so that I can email this out to them, and then I'm also going to deliver the ebook right inside Messenger. If they say no, then I just say, okay, fine, whatever, you don't want it. So no big deal. All right. Wow. So this is attached. Now this whole thing is actually attached to that comment growth tool, so that whenever somebody comments on that post, they're put into that growth tool, and then they're going to go through this flow here. All right. That's a normal post on my page. But then I can also go in and I can create those dark posts. I can create those ads. Those ads are not going to show up anywhere on this page. They'll never show up. Any of these people that are following my page, when they're looking at their feed, they're not going to see some post. They're only going to see that post like a sponsored post. They're only going to see that post as an ad. If I can find one somewhere, there's always a sponsored post somewhere. Like here, this is a sponsored post. They're only going to see my page's post if they meet the demographics that I'm running the ad for. But even that dark post, I can go in and I can hook up a tool to it. But in order to hook up that growth tool, that comments tool, I need to come in and I need to do this right here. I need to find the ad and go to the ad preview and then click this Facebook post with comments. And I need to get this post ID right here. I need to get this URL, and then I need to give that to I need to give that to ManyChat whenever I create my growth tool. Whenever I create my growth tool and I have this comment guy, whenever it's for this post, I need to go in and put this post ID right here. And once I put the post ID right there, then it will go in and actually grab that post.
Beautiful. Yeah, man. I still, like I said, I still got lots to learn. I just started, and I got the pro, so I'm paying the $10 a month.
Great.
And I created my automation all under welcome message, and I didn't know, right? I just playing around.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a full flow, but only on the welcome message.
Yeah, and that's no problem at all. Okay, that's no problem at all. Here's all you want to do. All right, and here's the same advice I give everybody else during the training. Is I tell people during the training, what you want to do is you want to go in and create these generic contents. That's what I do all the time. I create just generic contents. Okay, like here's a 15% off coupon flow, a generic content. Now what I'll do is then I'll go link to this content from somewhere else. Okay,
yeah.
So that you definitely want to do. But for example, let's come here. Let's go create some new content.
Can you share those if you have more than one page?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. So here's some demo content that needs to be deleted whenever I'm done. Okay? So here's my starting step. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in and let's say I'll go into this email opt-in magic. All right? Now I'm going to edit this message. Now this for you is your welcome message. All right? Let's say I got some welcome message. What's my flow look like in my welcome message? So I've got, let's say, a pretty complex flow in my welcome message. All right. So I got all this stuff happening in my welcome message. So what you can do, click on this guy, hold down your shift button, click on this guy, just keep your shift button held down, click on all these guys here. All right. Now hit control C like you normally would. Come back over here to this different flow that I have in a different window, hit control V. And now that entire content is, you've just copied it from your welcome message into a generic flow. So now you can go to your welcome message and you can take anything in your welcome message that you want to make generic, and you can start copying that stuff out and putting it in a generic flow, and then going back to your welcome message and changing your actual flows. Like for example, this right here. I need to actually do this right here. Control C. Oh, not Control C. I need to hit this. Shift, and hit Control C. And then what I need to do is come in over here and go to a content and search feature request and see. This is a keyword contains feature request is all this is. Keyword contains feature request, add tag. So this is literally just not a generic content. It's a message that is for a keyword. So now I want to go in and say feature request. And I want to create that content. And go to my flow builder, move that guy out, copy that feature request in there, and then just come in here. Now I want to delete this guy. Now I got that feature request. Now I can come back right here if I want to, and I can link this guy in to that feature request. Now, essentially, I've just replaced this. Essentially, I've just replaced this block right here.
Yeah.
With this guy. And now what I can do, and the reason I like to do this and I recommend to everybody else to do this, is because now in my bot, let's say I want users to be able to enter these flows at so many different times. Like this guy. I've got a keyword where you can hit feature request. I also have all these buttons, and one of these buttons links you to feature request. but I also want inside, let's say this guy right here. Let's go ahead and publish that. I'm not sure. Oh, we want to go in and move that over there and then delete that guy. Now publish that guy. Now what I want to do is, let's say in this, if somebody does math, I want to come in here and say that show me how. Now I want to go in here and add what else can you do? All right. So now I want to come in and say, what else can you do? Send message. I can do lots of other things. And now I can say feature request. And then now I can come here and just link to that flow, that feature request flow. Now that makes it really easy for me. Now I have a bunch of other things that I can do. I have a bunch of other things that I can do. And I'm not sure what else that I have that I can do. So let me look and see what other things. Oh, I can do a spreadsheet lookup. I know that's inside this spot. So I know I can do a spreadsheet lookup. So now from that spreadsheet lookup, guess what? My spreadsheet lookup is a generic content. Now I'm going to go to that flow. And I can just keep doing that. Now it makes it really easy where I don't have to. Could you imagine? I mean, look at this spreadsheet. Look, we've got these two different flows. Look at this flow. Now, could you imagine there's this one flow, right? And look inside this flow. This flow has its whole other flow right here. Now look at this flow. This flow it doesn't have any other flow that goes inside of it. So you can see there was that one flow. Here's this other flow that is just inside this guy. Now, could you imagine if I had to actually, could you imagine if I had to go in and actually build this out and like have, instead of just having this one content block, if I had to have that entire flow, could you imagine how big this is and how hard it's going to get to understand how users get to different points and what's going on? It's going to become really, really hard to manage everything. That's why I always recommend you do these generic things. You go in and actually, whenever you create these flows, you just create a generic piece of content. And then now, since you have that generic piece of content, you can link back to that generic piece of content anytime you want.
That's nice. Wow. So by default, when I check my account, I look at growth tools. I only have 3 showing.
Are you pro?
I am, yeah. And then I have the option on top that says add a new tool.
Oh, that's because you're looking here, right? You're looking here. So you have the default growth tools that they've given you probably, which is this example landing, example pop-up, example bar. So those are just defaults that they give you, and they're automatically. So what you want to do is hit new growth tool and then just actually create a growth tool.
Okay.
So do you have a link to the page that your bot's on that you can just drop in the chat so I can take a look at it real quick?
Sure. It's the one, like I said, it's all on the welcome message.
But you definitely don't want it all under your welcome message. That's for sure. You definitely don't want it for your welcome message. But just go ahead and pop that
There.
link in the chat. I'm gonna grab.
I did.
I don't see it in the chat. What chat did you pop it in? Oh, you popped it into the demo bot, right?
I did, yeah.
It's this guy right here.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just grab a bottle of water real quick, and I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay. What to chat with me? Yeah, sure. Let's chat. No, I don't. Yes, please.
And that's where I opted him into the grand opening sequence, right? Where I'm gonna keep them informed of the dates and
Okay.
yeah. So if you would have said that you lived in that town, then it would take you to a different one with a bigger one with videos and stuff. But this is just basically the only sequence I have right now is the welcome.
So if I would have said yes to that,
Yeah, you got a bigger sequence that I wrote for 2 days.
yeah, well, we would probably definitely want to go in, and we probably definitely want to go in and start to go in and actually isolate these into their own little generic content so that they can be reused over and over and over again anytime that you want to drop somebody in there.
Yeah. And then just link to each individual one.
Correct. And you'll see in like almost all my flows, that's what I do. In almost all my flows, I will go in and just link to other flows inside there. So that way I just go in and build the content one time, and I don't have to duplicate it. And then for me, it makes it really, really easy. Now, sometimes I can't do that because ManyChat hasn't let us do flow chaining yet, which I'm really hoping that they'll let us do. I've talked to them about it a couple times so that you can go to a flow and then automatically continue from that flow into more parts of your actual sequence, like you would in a program, basically like a call stack. So if that situation arises where I need to do a function of a flow, like I've got a flow for verifying an email address, and you can imagine that sometimes when you want to verify an email address, you want to continue with something else. So how I do it is you can't go in and send somebody to a flow and then continue on in the current process that you're on. You dump them into that flow and it's done. So at that point, what I actually have to do is put that flow there, open that flow up, and then just basically copy it and insert it like I showed you how to copy everything from one flow to another flow. And that's just how I have to do it sometimes right now, because I can't, once I send somebody to another flow, I can't continue from there once that flow continues. There's no way to actually go in and do that. So until there's a way to actually go in and do that, then There's nothing. And what I mean is you can't go in and do something like this. You can't go in and say, let's say from here, I need this guy to go to some, I need this guy to go to some flow, this guy. But then once he's done with that, I want to continue on this process and send him somewhere else. I can't. He's exiting at this point. Now, sometime soon, hopefully, there will be a continue button here where I can also continue him, and you can go inside this flow and do some stuff. And whenever you're done, you can continue. You can continue back. But until then, what I'd have to do is actually open this up, and then I'd have to open this up and then basically copy everything inside there and then paste it inside here, which isn't so hard and it doesn't take much time to do.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Not that big of a deal.
Cool.
So what are you trying to do with your bot? I mean, are you collecting people's email addresses?
Well, kinda. It's just, yes, it will be for, as of right now, no, not collecting any email addresses. It's just so, so we have a bunch of people that want to interact with us because this is a local business and it's brand new. So trying to get a bunch of people to interact because a lot of people love bots and technology and stuff. So I'm going to try to take advantage of that.
Well, people definitely do love bots. That's for sure. So the bot's a really great way to go in and deliver different content. So is there anything you want me to show you in particular how to do that you're not sure how to do yet?
Man, there's a ton of things, but unfortunately, I have both kids. I just heard my little one crying. I got twins, and mom's not here, so I have to take off.
Lucky you, man. All right, well, I'll keep doing these pre-training videos, and then the training starts on the 2nd, and you're more than welcome to come in on those training days and ask me anything you want, and I'll show you exactly how to build it.
Yeah, perfect, man. Thank you so much for this.
No problem, man. You have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
You're welcome.